Hi, I'm Narissa Sugars, and welcome to Learn Together. I'm at the Santa Maria Energy field location, and today we're going to get one of the questions you submitted on santamariaenergy.com answered by production manager Kevin Young. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Narissa.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. Today we have a question from Bill from Arroyo Grande, and Bill asks, how do you get your oil out of the ground, and is it fracking?
That's a very good question. We are not fracking. Fracking involves breaking or fracturing the rock to get the oil out. We use two very safe methods to get the oil out of the ground. The first is your standard oil pumping unit, which uses a pump to lift the oil from below to the surface. Our process is an enhanced oil recovery process, which incorporates steam to heat the diatomite rock 1,000 feet below the surface. That's what this well here is doing.
Wow. So just what does happen when you heat the rock with the steam?
Well, let's go to the office and I'll show you.
Okay.
So let's go back several million years ago.
All right.
Microscopic marine organisms called diatoms died and their skeletons settled to the bottom of prehistoric oceans. As the layers of diatom skeletons became covered with other material, oil oozed up into the diatom skeleton remains that were left behind. Because diatoms are so small, similar as you can see in this rock, they're very hard to see. Because they are so small, up to 70 million of them can fit into a cubic inch. Because the diatomite rock has so many hollow spaces though, you felt how light that rock was. All those hollow spaces are filled with oil. There's a lot of oil in there, but typically the oil is heavier. It's thicker, it doesn't flow as easily, and requires assistance to move it into the wells that are drilled. So as the steam goes into the rock, it's absorbed, it's condensed to water. Because diatomite rock prefers water over oil, the water then goes into those hollow spaces. The heat makes the diatomite rock swell, and the oil then moves up the wellbore. So here, this sponge is a good example of what we're talking about.
Okay.
You can see in the sponge that there are hollow spaces, similar to the hollow spaces in the rock. The water moves in, the rock swells, and then the oil comes out. So as that oil comes out, it is then transferred up the well in the pipe and safely to our facility where we process it.
That's amazing. But how is that different from fracking?
Fracking is completely different. In fracking, or hydraulic fracturing, it involves breaking the rock to get the oil out. In our process, we don't want to break the rock. We want the rock to swell so the oil is squeezed out, similar to the sponge.
Well, it sounds like you have to have all this pretty closely monitored.
We do. Let me show you where we do that.
Wow.
This is Wilson. He's part of our operations and engineering team. He's sitting in our control room where he can manage the steam that's going into the wells. He can monitor the well pressures and the pipelines, as well as the processing of the oil. We do that in real time and 24 hours a day.
The technology used here is so impressive. Thank you very much for breaking it down for us and for the overview, Kevin. And thank you, Bill, for your excellent question. Go to santamariaenergy.com with your energy questions, and let's learn together. You might get one of these videos made just for you.